Hi you guys, it's Dr. BT, and I want to talk to you real quick about assignment number 2, conducting a streamline, excuse me, focused search. So you're going to search for evidence, as Dr. Rajinovic pointed out in her PowerPoint. Just look at that really quick. You've already formulated a good Picot question, and now we're going to search to see what kind of evidence we have to support it. So we've already identified a clinical problem of interest. We've formulated a searchable Picot. Now we need to conduct a streamlined focused search. So remember that you really are looking for the strongest levels of evidence, and these are always going to be levels. Level 1 is the best, and of course it's a meta-analysis or a systematic review of all the information, all the quantitative information that has been published, and they take that all and crunch it up and make it into one. A level 2, individualized experimental with randomization. Level 3, quasi-experimental. Level 4, non-experimental when you have like a cohort specific. Level 5, program evals. Level 6, of course, is like opinions of people, which, that might be all you get for your question. So now you're going to select your databases. The databases that I require are Cochrane, CINAHL, PubMed, Medline. That's really pretty much the big ones. And then determine your searchable terms. So if I was doing breastfeeding versus bottle feeding and weight gain, I would do breastfeeding and weight gain, bottle feeding and weight gain, breastfeeding, bottle feeding, weight gain in newborns, things like that. You want to determine your limits, age, sex, date of publication, language, etc. So age would be, less than 5 years. Now you may have a couple that are hallmark articles which change the way we view things. So if there's an old one that's like a major article that changed the way we view things, then that date of publication, language in English only. So you definitely want to make sure that you put your limitations on there. And here we go. Here's the here's some of the journals. So from that, you guys, you're gonna make a little table. You're gonna do the search. So you're gonna search, and you're gonna copy the citation. Review the abstract, select the articles, remove the duplicates, and keep track. So how you do that is you do it with your Prisma. So let me go down here and show you a Prisma. So on this Prisma, how you're going to keep track of it is you're going to say, okay, well, we identified 2,000 here through the databases, but then we went on the internet and just Googled it, and so we got 50 more, so now we got 2,500. Or whatever I said. Then you're going to remove the duplicates. So now we're going to get down to what we actually have. And let's say that there was a lot of duplication, so we came down to 75. We screened all 75. We excluded some of them because it wasn't really what we were looking for. So we put the number there, what we excluded. Now the ones that we assessed for eligibility, let's say it was 50. Out of those 50, full text articles excluded with reasons. Why did we exclude these? Because we had already gone through it once. We had screened it. Now we're kind of doing a diagnostic. So why did we screen that? Why did we get rid of that? Studies included with qualitative synthesis. So these were non-numerical or non-quantitative ones. How many did we do there? And then studies included in, that should say quantitative synthesis. So we would want to know how many do we have at the very end. Well, this is quantitative, excuse me. How many did we have at the very end? So out of all of that searching, we had 7 articles that were relevant to our Picot question. So you're just going to record that. Just put in the numbers. You're going to include this at the end of your paper. And when you're doing this, you need to keep track of what you're doing. So you need a small evidence table. Now, this person has a good evidence table right here. I'm going to move this over so you can see it. And all it is just a summary of what you found. So we can see that this person said, here's the author, the year of publication, And then you can put your publication in here. And their study design, their population, their follow-up period, their intervention, their comparison, and then what was the outcome? What was the outcome, assessment, or measure? And so you do that for each of the ones that you keep. And then that way you can have a brief summary of your evidence. So that is very important. So you got to have a small evidence table. That's the second part. So you have to have a PRISMA as your appendix and a small evidence table of your Picot. So what you're going to answer in these questions for this: what were the databases? What were the search term? What was the inclusion criteria? What was the exclusion criteria? What were the results? So you're going to say, I found 1 level 1, 6 level 2s, and 3 level 3s. And you're going to put them in APA format in your paper. And then I want to be able to go to the back of your paper in the appendix and look at the summary in your evidence table. Which of the results are sources that directly relate to our Picot? You may have some that are exact, and you may have some that are not. So this is a rather simplistic, although it can get really tedious depending on your Picot question. So, make sure that you have your PRISMA filled out as an appendix, your evidence table filled out as an appendix table, and then you're just going to give me this information, these questions right here. I'm sorry, these questions. Again, databases, search term, inclusion, exclusion, results of the search, which is, you're going to say, kind of a little summary of this PRISMA. Which of the results related directly to our Picot? Then you're going to say what you're putting in your evidence table in a narrative form, and then you have the evidence table as an appendix, and then your APA citations. So not terrible, but it is a little bit of work. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.